Hey guys, look who it is. So up until the last video that this car was in, this car has changed owners, and the new owner keeps this car in storage. But he noticed one day that there was power steering fluid on the floor, so he brought it to me. Turns out the rack is bad. It's leaking out the sides, but it's still under warranty because the one we bought had a lifetime warranty on it. So I'm going to remove it and take it to the store and have them exchange it. And now it's been sitting here overnight. So this is how you're gonna this is how you take the rack out of these. It works on any Mark III. Possibly Mark IIs as well. I believe the front subframe is the same. But the first thing you're going to do, the first thing I did anyway, is usually when the power steering rack goes, it leaks to the point where there's low fluid, and you're going to have to change the pump as well. So we're doing that too. So what you want to do anyway, whether the pump is good or not, is drain the system. So you just unplug it here. This hose is just held on with a hose clamp, and just let it drain. I let it drain overnight. And then the next thing you want to do is these tie rod ends. You want to unbolt them. There's a 19mm nut that goes here, and then you use a gear puller to pop them out on both sides. That's the easiest way I find. And then the next thing you want to do, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Yeah, you're not. In here, there's the steering where the steering wheel connects to the gear. It's a 13mm bolt, and you just undo that, and it pops off. And then from this point on, everything else is done from underneath. So here underneath, you're going to see these bolts right here. There's one here, there's one here, there's one at identical points on the other side. These are the bolts that hold the rack in place. Now some of them, like this one, is still here. Some of them may come out, and some of them may not. It's fine if they do or don't. The more that stay in, though, the easier it is to put the new one in and line it up. But one just happened to stay in. And then the next part would be to drop the subframe. And that's the part I'm at now. And let me do that, and I'll show it. Let me do that real quick, and then I'll show you what I did. Alright, so we're at the next part. As you can see, there's a jack holding up the subframe. What you want to do is you want to loosen this bolt and put it back in, but hand tight. You know, you want it to be up against the metal of the frame, but you don't want it you don't want it tight. You just want it hand tight. And that's on both sides. And then you remove the bolt that goes through here. And usually you will have one right here if you have a regular Corrado frame, but this is off of a Mark III Jetta. So the holes on your Mark III would be back here instead. On the Mark IIs and the Corrados, it's up here up front. Now if you have a Mark III frame on a Corrado, you don't have a bolt here at all, unless you drill the hole. Unless you drill the hole right there. But it's not really necessary. So you do that on both sides, and then you drop the frame. Okay. So it's not going to want to drop much, but it is loose, to where you can kind of yank on the back and get it to split. And then now you can undo the lines to the rack, and so you can take out the rack. Alright, so once you're underneath the car, after taking out the rear bolts for the subframe, if you can, what you want to do is actually grab the rack and move it towards the passenger side, so you have easier access to the power steering lines that go into it. And then what you want to do is this sway bar, you want to remove it, and it's just a 13 mil bolt there, or 13 mil bolt all the way at the link, and you just pull the bar out. These clips have always been a pain in the ass. Alright, so once the lines are disconnected, you're free to pop it out, and this is what you do. Actually, I'm gonna want to do it over here. Yeah. Hold on. All right. So